full disclosure, I was here at 8 o'clock on the dot, and I forgot to hit the go live button. So I've been here sitting here in my truck talking to myself for about a minute. It was probably the best live show I was going to do, too, the one I do in my head. So it is what it is. We're going to get over here and jaw jack with everybody for a little while. My load was canceled. Not too happy about that, but the load's been canceled. There's nothing I can do about it. No need to cry over it. It was canceled. I know why it was canceled, and it sucks, but life goes on. Got that toe new. Got my toe new in my life. Second toe new of the week. 2 toe news this week. One of them was a broker made a mistake and scheduled something for the wrong day. And this one, they couldn't get the product ready in time, so load canceled. And I'm happy about it, honestly, because I would rather not load a load if I can't deliver it on time. You know, just straight up. Yeah. Yeah, if I can't make the scheduled delivery time, I'd rather not even load it. This load was supposed to have loaded today, early afternoon. Should have been loaded about noon, 2 o'clock, somewhere in there. At 5 o'clock, I was getting a little concerned about it, and we checked back with the shipper at 5 o'clock, and the shipper said load's not going to be ready till 2 a.m. So I was like, don't even want to load it. Not even worth a load, to be honest with you. And then the guy called and said, yeah, we're going to cancel that load because if we load that, it will not deliver till Monday, and we're not going to set on a load till Monday. So I agreed, and they agreed. So here we are. Worked out okay, though. The broker felt real bad about it. I don't know how bad. I shouldn't say real bad. The broker had another load that picks up tomorrow. It's going to a different place, but I don't have to go anywhere. I just have to sit here till tomorrow, pick up that load, and then that load is actually scheduled for Monday morning in a different place. So we'll go do that. It's not the end of the world. It's trucking. Trucking happens every day. So it is what it is. Looks like my LED light's flickering a little bit. What's up with that flicker, baby? I don't like the flicker. Let's see here. We got some people in the house tonight. Shop Fees made it in. Thanks for coming in. Gary Bates in the house. Cheap Freight Hauler. CJ Hudson. Also, Cash doing a live over a Vikings game. Are the Vikings playing tonight? I went to the Vikings game last weekend. They played the Eagles. Vikings versus Eagles. I went to the game. Man alive, was that a bad game. Both teams played like crap. Yeah, so Vikings had too many penalties, and Carson Wentz threw 2 interceptions. Not good. Not good. Carson Wentz threw 2. Checking my audio there. Yeah, I didn't know the Vikings were live tonight. I mean, I don't really watch football. I just went to the game more for to take the kids or take my youngest. You know, it's quite the experience for a little kid to go to a big event like that. So we went out there and hung out. Sorry, my comments are jumping all over the place. Let me see if I can close this and reopen it. It's been a real pain with the comments here for some reason. All right. Get that up out of the way. Scroll down to where I'm supposed to be. Roger Berry's in the house. CJ Hudson says, how about all the NBA players and coaches getting arrested for gambling? Ooh, I didn't hear that. Is that for true? It probably should be. Roger Berry says, that's some stuff right there. All that money and wanting more. Yeah, it's true. It's true. 6 inches that smells like a foot. Whoo, come on now. Come on now. Uh, CJ it says, gosh dang, these freaking comments got to stop jumping on me. I hope it don't do this all night. CJ says, or how many of them went broke and needed to get carried? Come on. That's probably true. That's probably true. Trick or treat with Barry Haberson. Thank you very much for coming in, hanging out with me. Everybody smash that like button. Roger Berry says, hello from Loretto, Minnesota. Nice. Nice. I'm down in Georgia tonight. I got me a weekend run. Not really what I wanted. I had to load straight back to Minnesota. That's what I wanted to do. It was crazy though. They wanted it picked up today. They wanted it picked up on a Thursday and delivered in Minnesota Friday night. I'm like, maybe, maybe, but I'm glad they canceled it. It was stupid scheduled. There was a probably 50-50 chance I could have delivered it tomorrow night. And then when I found out they don't receive on Saturday, I was like, I'm not down for this. I don't want it. I don't want it. CJ says, seriously, Cash, amazing job on that thumbnail, sir. Yeah, I did that. That took about 3 seconds with AI. I typed in Halloween themed semi truck, and that's what it gave me back. The Halloween hauler, it calls it. Gary Bates says, what about the QB getting stabbed in Indy? Oh yeah. Old boy had it coming. You mess with a truck driver and you get stabbed. Stanza Transports in, yo, greetings from St. Paul, Minnesota. Chris Ingram made it in. What's up? Thanks for coming in. Adam Bennett, 40 months of being a cashier. Everyone in this chat, go ahead and suck a fat one, he says. He also gifted 5 memberships. So 5 new members in the house. Joe Little received a membership. The Incredible Bulk got one. Hell yeah. T Cash got one. Chris got one. And David Beshy got one. There you go. Thanks, Adam Bennett. We do appreciate it. Thank you so much. Chief Ray Holler says, hey, out here feeding the chickens in Alabama. Chickens, come on. Oh, son, we going to light them up now. Adam Bennett's in the house. He says, how dare you? I dare. That's what I do. I dare. I dare say I do. Thanks for coming in, Chicken Holler. Adam Bennett says, hey, everyone, that membership, just know I think you're gay and you suck. It's a love-hate relationship with that man. It's like fire and ice. He's fire and ice. Oh, he says, just Adam Bennett, the man, the myth, the legend. Yes, Adam Bennett's the best. He says, you kindly, by the way, you Holmes. Okay. Here we go. Adam Bennett says, don't ever deliver to Target Distribution, Newton, North Carolina, aka Fax. I like shopping at Target, but I do not like Target distribution centers. They are some of the worst. If you're not on the drop and hook over there, they will waste your time. Like there's one in Fridley, Minnesota. It's like north of Minneapolis. Garbage. They make you drop your trailer, and then you got to bobtail out, and then you sit there all damn day. I mean, if you live in the area, just go home and come back and get your trailer later. That's what I do. The one in Pueblo, Colorado, garbage. You will sit over there all day. Yeah, I'm not a fan of Target distribution centers. They are poorly organized and poorly ran, in my opinion. They just could do a lot better. I mean, frankly. Adam Bennett says, they're cutting into my Planet Fitness and drinking. Damn it, time. How's the Planet Fitness doing? You still doing the Planet Fitness every day, all day? Gary Bates, go, go, go. Oh, sorry, I chugged a bunch of water right before I went live. I had not a very healthy dinner, but I love it. It's like just hamburger meat put into macaroni and cheese. Just make some Kraft macaroni and cheese and then dump some hamburger meat in it. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Sorry, I'm a little distracted here. I'm watching this guy. Uh I think he may have just hit an orange pole at a fuel island. Kind of hard to tell. I mean, they got the widest fuel islands here ever. I don't see how you would do that, but I think he might have done it. He's like hung up. He don't know whether to back up or pull up or. Oh man, he's probably got a California CDL. I'm just saying. I ain't mixing bones about it no more. Like we've got to start calling out the shitheads. We really do. Um, this is Arca, ARKA. He swung so wide. Like, what is he even doing? It's amazing how bad these sons of bitches are. Barry says, howdy, people. JD Jeff made it in. What's up, bro? Taterhead Truckers in the house. Good evening from Phoenix, Arizona, I'm assuming. Chief Air Holler says, Tonu doesn't keep the lights on. No. I got a $150 Tonu. And that's not cool to me, honestly. A Tonu should be minimum $400 for a Tonu. I don't know. Y'all let me know. $400 for a Tonu. I think that's what it ought to be these days. Because honestly, $150, like, that doesn't even like pay my business bills for the day. Truck payment, insurance, all my subscriptions and stuff I have to run my business. That doesn't even cover that. So, Tonus are not worth it for sure. Kelly Patterson just got hit while parked. Son of a gun, hit while parked. You got to be kidding me. You got to be kidding me. Sorry to hear that. Hopefully it wasn't a Butler Transport, the worst trucking company in the world, in my opinion. They don't handle their business correctly. Bunch of pieces of crap. Shannon Thomas Trucking gifted 5 memberships out. Woo, the gift memberships are flowing today. Everybody hit that like button. Trucking Vlog 82 received a membership. Pacavelli 90, that one guy. Trucking with Fly Rabbit got one. And JMH got one. Come on. Thank you so much, Shannon. Appreciate you. Adam Bennett, $10. How dare you? He also says another $10 to say, bring us DIY or Shannon or DIY Semi in the live chat. I sent a link to DIY Shimmy time, but he's not here. He had better things to do. So, Gary Bates, love that dude. Me too. Can't go wrong with put some Gary Bates in your life. Sorry, I hit the wrong button here. Messed up my whole chat. This Trucking Life's been a membership for 45 months. Why can't I hit that heart button? There we go. There we go. Get back to my comments here. Let's see. Where am I at? Shannon Armstrong says, woohoo! Hello, everyone from Tennessee. Spent way too long in Atlanta traffic jams today. That'll do it to you right there. You wanna shut down a day? Get you some 285 in your life. The other day, I think I said this in the live show the other day. I had to go like 90 miles from the north side of Atlanta to the south side of Atlanta down past McDonough. 4 accidents. 90 miles took me like 3 hours. I sat in one traffic backup for 45 minutes. Like on a Sunday morning, mind you. This wasn't even like a normal morning. Let's see. Sorry you got hit, Kelly. That really does suck. Shannon Thomas Trey says steak and chicken for dinner now. Whoo, yeah. Come on with it, Shannon. Come on with it, Shannon. Um, yeah, I cooked some hamburger meat. I bought some 93.7 hamburger meat. I like fatty hamburger meat, but I buy the lean stuff to cook in the truck. The leaner the meat, the less grease I have to deal with. It's just what it is. But I cooked some macaroni and cheese, and I dumped the hamburger meat into the macaroni and cheese. And it reminds me of one of those meals like when I was a kid. Like my mom would work all day and come home and, just put something together quick. And that was always one of my favorite afternoon meals was macaroni and cheese, um, mac and cheese with some hamburger meat in it. Kelly Patterson got a Tonu yesterday. Yeah, Tonus are they okay. They help, but they don't pay the bills. Basically that covers like my bare minimum fixed cost, $150. My carrier does not take a percentage out of Tonu. And if they did, I would be okay with it because we're tying up their trailer as well. But they don't take a percentage out of Tonu or detention here, which I like. But I mean, if they did it, I wouldn't be crying about it. But it's nice that they don't. Shannon says, Kelly, you got hit just now. Um, God, I hope it wasn't a butler. CJ Hudson says, yeah, taking a late load, pull in, then get chewed out while you late. Yeah. So this morning, I took a load that was supposed to pick up Monday. So I show up Monday. The shipper says, hey, that load isn't scheduled until tomorrow. And I was like, well, damn it. So I got a Tonu for that. And then I went and picked the load up and I delivered it today. And they charged a $310 rescheduling fee, which I'm not responsible for. $300 rescheduling fee plus a $10 convenience fee. And I was like, who the hell is it convenient for? It's not convenient for me. Yeah, come on, anybody? It's not. So yeah, I don't like taking those late loads like that. Gary Bates, $10. Woo, come on with some Gary Bates. If you're not watching Gary Bates, go check out Gary Bates' channel. He's been doing some home improvement stuff that's pretty good. Give some of that cash is no more king. Yeah. Bada bing. Damn it, Gary. Gary Bates in the house. Go check out Shannon Thomas Trucking as well if you're not subscribed to Shannon Thomas Trucking. A lot of good channels in here tonight. If you don't know, Cheap Freight Hauler's got a channel. Go check that out. Trucking with Fly Rabbits in the house. He's got a channel. Barry Haverson says, my boys really enjoyed the AAA baseball games. Good times. Yeah, my son asked me this year, and like almost right at the end of the season, he asked me if we could go to a baseball game. And it just never worked out. And honestly, I wasn't planning on going to the Vikings game. Literally Saturday afternoon, uh, you know, I thought about it. I was like, hey, we could go to the Vikings game tomorrow. And I've took the youngest to a Vikings game one other time, but he was too young. He was like three 3 years old. He was just too young. We left at halftime. He was restless. He was climbing on the chairs and running up down the aisles and just he was ready to go. So this time he was not. I even asked him. The Eagles got a first down at the end that pretty much ended the game, and I told him, I was like, the game's over, bro. There's no way the Vikings are going to win. And he was like, well, I don't want to leave. I want to stay to the end. So I was like, all right, we'll stay to the end. No big deal. So the Vikings fans were the Eagles fans were a little obnoxious. I just got to be honest with you. Eagles fans, a little obnoxious. They're not good winners. Like if they're that annoying when they win, I can only imagine when they lose. Um, so yeah, Eagles fans, not my favorite. Not all of them, But on the average, yeah, they were pretty annoying as we were leaving. They were trying to be annoying. Adam Bennett says 10-4 Shannon. I flew through Atlanta around 6 a.m. northbound. Saw a few accidents. Damn it, Adam Bennett. I went through Atlanta this morning at about 4:30. About 4:30, I traveled through Atlanta this morning. It was pretty clean racing for me, though. 4:30, I got through there. I started into Atlanta at about 4, and I was coming out the other side at about 4:30-ish. I had a 6 o'clock appointment, and I showed up at 5 o'clock, so... Cheever Holler says, chilling in Florida with a load of bobcats. There you go. How do you haul bobcats? They got those in cages. Do you have to feed them along the route? I mean, did you have to stop at the Florida Agricultural Station and declare you were hauling a bobcat? You know, you got to declare live animals there, I think. CJ Hudson, Chargers up 14-0. Ouch. Ouch. Who's the starting quarterback for the Vikings today? Vikings should have kept Sam Darnold. I don't understand why you have a good, winning, productive quarterback and you freaking release him to free agency. Duh. Fuck. Like, for real. I mean, only the Vikings would do something like that. Maybe the Dolphins. So, I don't know. It just blows my mind. You get a quarterback, you spend all this time and effort to make him better, you give him all this confidence, and then you freaking send him to Seattle. Duh. Only the Vikings. Yeah, I know some Vikings fans from like when the Vikings first began, you know, like my baby mama's daddy, Vikings fan from like the beginning. And, you know, it's just like, it's got to be misery to be like a diehard Vikings fan. I almost want to teach my son to not be a Vikings fan, be like, just be another team's fan, you know, be a Pittsburgh fan or be a somebody that wins a Super Bowl every now and again, you know, be like a Denver fan or something. It's just the Vikings, man, they love pissing away opportunities. But whatever. I'm rambling now. Let me get back to the comments here. It jumped on me again. Let's see. Let me see. Taylor the Trucker says, future trucker here. Are runs to New York City pay good? Because I certainly would hate everything if it was 65 cents a mile. It just depends, you know. There really are no like set rates in trucking. You know, things change throughout the year. It depends on what city you pick it up in. It depends on what part of New York it's going to. Yeah. So, I don't particularly go to New York City anymore. I'll go to like Long Island. I don't mind going out to Long Island if it pays right. I'll go to the Bronx. Was that Huntington Food Market or whatever? I go down there, but and no New York City anymore. Thanks again for Shannon Thomas gifting out 5 memberships and Adam Bennett gifting out 5 as well. Shout out to them and the people who got memberships. Levi's in the house. What's up? Bitcoin John's in the house. Truck Emblem made it in. Thank you very much. Irish Prick says, in Wisconsin now, but hitting the road in 3 hours for Florida. Come on. Come on. Adam Bennett says, yes, that's what I'm doing. You know, I've got the Planet Fitness app downloaded. I just haven't signed up for a membership yet. That's probably something I need to look into. D Vegas in the house says, or D Vegas says, Tourette's, come on. Yeah. Slight bit of Tourette's here. Just a little bit. Gary Bates says, I got me a Vanderbilt University Generative AI for Leaders certification a day ago. Damn. What you going to do with that? What you going to do with all that? That one guy says, thanks, Shannon, for the membership. Gary Bates, do Magoo. I couldn't have said it any better myself. RGB's in the house. Sup? Josh made it in and says, ooh, Atlanta traffic sucks. Yes, it most certainly does. RGB's in the house. Channel member. Thanks for coming in, hanging out with us. Josh says, I believe that. Barry says, flavor is in the fat. Yes, I agree. But when I cook, I don't know why my nose is itching on that side. Must have got some bad cocaine. But when I'm cooking like at home, I want like 80-20 hamburger meat, especially if I'm making burgers on the grill. I might even get the 73-27 or whatever, because I'm going to make a big old patty and I want a bunch of fat dripping out of it. You know, I want it to be juicy. But when I'm cooking in the truck, I usually get the 93-7 because by the time I cook it, there's like maybe 1 tablespoon of grease left in there, and I usually just stir that in. I don't even drain it off. So I agree. I'm not afraid of fat. That's what she said. Metal Mannix in the house. What's up? Hope all is well. Yeah, we're good. Got a load canceled today. Going to wait on a different one tomorrow. It's not going back home. Josh says that's poor man's hamburger helper. Yeah. Honestly, I'd rather have that than hamburger helper. I bought some hamburger helper about a year ago, maybe 2 years ago now. When I first moved out of my parents' house, I moved in with this little girl, and she couldn't cook for shit. Um, I wasn't with her for the cooking. I'll just say that. But she, all she could cook, God bless her soul, was hamburger helper. And it was literally like every night I'd get home from work and she'd be making bologna and cheese sandwiches or hamburger helper or one of those things, and it was like, I give her a hard time over it. I was young and stupid at the time as well. So, but I bought some hamburger helper about a year ago. I got to thinking about those hamburger helper days, and boy, let me tell you, either they changed the recipe or my taste buds have changed because I did not care for that hamburger helper I bought. So yes, it's for sure. Cornelius hamburger helper, yeah, just throw some. I like just regular Kraft mac and cheese, nothing fancy. I don't need the Velveeta or anything like that. Um just straight up Kraft mac and cheese and a hamburger meat on about a 50-50 ratio. um you know I put 2 scoops of macaroni and cheese in the bowl, and then I put 2 scoops of hamburger meat in there and mushed it all around, and whoo, I tore that down. Let me tell you, I tore it down. Something epic's in the house. What's up? Chris Ingram says, I got a $250 tow yesterday in South Florida. Yeah, about a month ago, I got a $250 tow. That's much better. It's better. It's really ought to be about $400 in my opinion, but the 250 is a lot better. I got a 150 Monday and a 150 for today. And honestly, I took the 150 as a gift because I didn't think I was going to get reloaded till Friday anyway. So when the dispatch called and said, hey, I got a load that needs to be picked up Thursday and delivered Saturday, I was half asleep when he called me. And I was like, yeah, I'll try. I mean, I don't know. Like, it's pretty tight scheduled. And he was like, all right, well, I'll send it over. And the more I thought about it last night when I was driving, I was like, man, it's going to be a rough run. So it is what it is. Come on, drive. Why are you cloaking? Your family ran off again in Georgia. Come on, drive. Why are you croaking? Croaking. Croaking. I don't know. Your family ran off again in Georgia. Okay. Levi's in the house. Damn it, boy. Some of the Epic says if the home stadium can't be gracious winners, their team should be required to do only road games. Just my opinion. Yeah. The Eagles were the visiting team, and they were not gracious winners. That's for damn sure. But hey, you know, I didn't get mad at it because, like I told my son, I said, hey, if we won, we would be all excited too. So they're just excited. It was so funny. One guy yelled out, Vikings suck. And my son went, no, they don't. It was a pretty cool moment. The guy turned around. He thought it was like an adult that said it. And he turned around and he seen it was a 7-year-old, and he's like, oh man, I was just being silly. And but yeah, I thought it was a cool moment. I was like, uh, no fear, no fear. He didn't care how big the other guy was. He said, no, they don't. Yeah, so he's a Vikings guy. Chief Ray Heller says, me, no English. What's an ag station? Yes, there you go. Same way with way stations. Only stupid people stop at way stations. I mean, it seems to be that way. I mean, I'm stupid. I stop at them, but I feel stupid when I do, when everybody else blows the station. I did come down Monteagle last night, or early this morning, I guess, probably about 2:00 in the morning, maybe earlier than that, somewhere in there. 1:30, 2:00 in the morning. I come down Monteagle, and the state patrol was watching the inspection station. He had somebody pulled over there, but it's literally 30% of trucks don't stop at that inspection station anymore. They just drive on by. Some of the Epic says Vikings and the Buffalo are the two NFL teams I hate the most. Oh, damn it. Damn it, shots fired. The teams I don't like in the NFL, number one, the Dallas Cowboys. Sorry if you're a Cowboys fan, but growing up, everything was just Cowboys, 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 Cowboys. Like every one of my friends in school were Cowboys fans. And it's just like, come on, man. You're jumping on a bandwagon because they're winning Super Bowls. You're not a Cowboys fan. You only like them because they're winning Super Bowls. But I don't like the Cowboys. I love it when they get eliminated from the playoffs or from the season where they can't make the playoffs. Sorry, I'm a hater. And my other one I don't like is Green Bay Packers. Just never liked them. Just never liked them. Chief Holler says, think it's hard to be a Vikings fan. Try being a Falcons fan. Yeah, I hear you. Barry Haberson says, that Northeast is tough unless you're a really experienced driver. Tight quarters. Yeah, nowhere to park for sure. Midwest Mike made it in. Chief Holler says, when I need salsa, I go to New York City. New York City. There you go. Michael's in the house. Do you watch NASCAR racing? Have not been into NASCAR since probably like the early 2000s. Nothing against NASCAR. I just don't have time to watch it. My dad in his later years got into NASCAR, and me and him watched a couple races together, but honestly, I didn't know any of the racers. I didn't know anybody's names. Yeah, it was pretty foreign to me because I hadn't watched it in a long time. Chris says, Shannon Trucking, I just subscribed to your channel. There you go. You will enjoy that. Shannon is a very good channel. Shannon has a very good channel. Sorry, I'm illiterate. 18-wheelers in the house of cash in the Halloween spirit with his matching attire. Yeah, this is not planned. I bought this hat because it was buy this hat or pay $25 for parking. So I bought the hat and had the receipt so I could get out. That's the only reason I bought this hat. Everybody that sees me wearing this hat goes, "What in the hell does that hat even mean?" And I'm like, I have no idea what this hat means. Some of the Epic says, hoping my rookie ass is back in the truck in 2 to 3 weeks. Anybody got any advice for rookies in regards to winter driving, trucking in the snow? Yeah, get off the road. If the road's got ice on it, you should already be parked. Get you a good weather app and pay attention to it. Stay up on where you're going. Keep fuel in your tanks. I use Weather Underground, WU like that, Weather Underground. That is what I use. So just so you know, that's what I use. But keep fuel in your tanks just in case. Buy some canned goods to keep in the truck and a can opener, or buy the pull tops. Keep something in the truck. You ain't got to keep a week's worth of food in the truck just for winter. My opinion, you should have 3 to 5 days of food in the truck at all times. But even if you're one of those guys that doesn't keep food in the truck, if you've got a microwave, get some canned foods, just something to keep you from starving if you get stranded. Like if you're at a rest area and it snows and you're stuck for a couple days, or if you're one of those guys that run out west, they shut down I-80, for like a week at a time sometimes. So keep some food on you, keep some water with you. Now I know if you're shut down because of snow, you could just go out and, get some snow. So yeah, that would be my advice. Shut down early. If it's snowing, just shut down. I'll drive in the snow a little bit if it's just like, some snow. But when we get down to those temperatures where it's like, 15 degrees Fahrenheit and below, and it's sticking real good, I'm not driving in that because that's going to turn to ice, and I don't want no part of that. You know, that's the main thing. Keep following distance. If you don't have any fear, you probably shouldn't be a truck driver to begin with. Like a good sense of, maybe not fear, but a sense of danger. When you can sense it's dangerous, just get off the road. I'm a very type A type truck driver. I hate being late. I hate calling people and telling them I can't get the job done. It drives me crazy. I cannot take it. But it's also a sense of, I have to understand that it's not only my life, it's other people's life on the road. And I think, the only thing other than killing yourself would be killing somebody else. You're not going to ever recover from that. So just not worth it. Shut her down. Make the calls. I know it sucks. I hate having to call and say, hey, I got to shut down because of weather. But you got to. You got to. Glenn, you Felk. Sorry, horrible with names here, especially tough names. He's talking about Hamburger Helper. They changed it. Yeah, they've definitely changed Hamburger Helper. It did not take me back to those times. I was hoping I would kind of get a flashback, Overtime Trucking says, looks like you were back in a Pete. Sorry, I haven't been alive for a while. Yeah, back in my truck, for sure. Just got the alignment done on it the other day. Got my steering wheel straightened back out. I'll be honest with you, that alignment was expensive, and they did not change a whole lot. Like, it was pretty well aligned. So I don't know. It is what it is. Yeah, that's a classic. It's a classic hamburger. Are you talking about macaroni, cheese, and hamburger meat? It's one of those. It's got a lot of carbs in it, and I'm a diabetic, so I got to watch the carbs. But maybe once a month, man, I just get that itch. I got to have me some macaroni and cheese and hamburger meat. Adam Innocent says, hey, anyone try them Dollar General steaks? I have, but now got 50 gift card to Food Line. Going to be eating some good meat. There you go. There you go. Levi says, that's a good hood meal. Yeah, that's what I always think. Barry says, Stouffer's mac and cheese is the holy grail. I'll have to try that. Six Emperors Cash King. Hello, hobbies. Thank you for coming in. David Edwards in the house. What's up, David Edwards? Thanks for coming in. 18 Wheeler says, seems they are watching Montego a lot more lately. I've noticed the same thing. Yeah. Had a guy in front of me smoke his brakes all the way down the hill yesterday or this morning. I'm surprised he didn't catch on fire. It was like boiling smoke off of his trailer brakes. I went ahead and went around him. He was running about 35 and just riding them brakes. And I'm like, I go about 30, 35 down Montego because the load I was hauling was 44,000. So I'm like 78, 79,000 gross. So I keep her about 30, 35. But I said, you know what? I don't want to be behind this guy. So I bumped her up to like 45 and just let her ride. But yeah, they are watching it a lot more. David Evers says, started with Smoking Joe and still with them. There you go. This Trucking Life, my favorite racer is Ricky Bobby. Woo, don't you put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby. Possibly one of my favorite scenes ever in a movie, when Ricky Bobby stabs himself in the thigh when he's pretending like he's can't walk. Oh, God, that's funny. Damn it, that's funny. And then they stick the second one. It's just classic. It's classic. Something Epic says, that hat means free parking, bitch. Yes. This is the free parking hat from Cartersville, Georgia. David Evers says, drive with a window cracked open. Okay. Something Epic says, thanks for the advice. Yeah, no problem. No problem. Everybody hit that like button for me if you could. 38 in the house, 29 likes. Bump it up there. I think I'm going to have to hop off here in a minute, though. I feel like I'm losing my voice. I was noticing that on the phone earlier. I was talking on the phone, and I started getting a little raspy there. May have been from all the screaming at the Vikings game Sunday. Like, stop throwing the ball to the other team. It was brutal, man. Brutal. Start the game off with a pick six. Not good. Not good at all. Daniel says Chef Boyardee is peak. Yeah, that's a good one to keep in the truck in the winter. A couple cans of Chef Boyardee. You definitely ain't going to go hungry if you got some Chef Boyardee in the truck. Something Epic says, one of my drivers was shut down on I-80 in Wyoming for 24 hours last week. Bosses are talking about not doing that route until springtime. Yeah, that's kind of what I do. That's kind of what I do. Barry says, say no to the yellow snow. Yes, for sure. Maybe walk off the beaten path and get you snow if you got to melt it down to drink it. Shannon Thomas Trucking with a good tip here. Test your bunk heater. Yes, I've ran my bunk heater a few days already this year. A good thing to do in the summertime is fire up your bunk heater. I don't know, let it run for 15, 20 minutes, open your doors or whatever and just let it run. Gets all the dust out of there. Gets the dust out, make sure everything still works. Any Short says $100 bill. Come on with it. Adam Bennett says, yes, my bunk heater says it needs maintenance. Uh-oh. Yeah, better get to maintaining it. Hex Flex in the house. Hey, Stepdaddy Cash from a rainy West Texas oil field. Did you get your truck back? Oh, yeah, we back in the blue one now. Back in the blue. Lewis says, always watch for the label. Contains a bioengineered ingredient. Yeah. I've been doing that with the kids a lot here lately. Got them eating a lot cleaner, which is tough with kids, man. God, all they want is chicken nuggets and French fries. They've been engineered, brainwashed. Shannon Thomas Trucking new trucker step challenge is on the community post. Road Rash Dash joined by midnight tomorrow. I saw that. My Samsung watch died the other day. I got in the pool and it killed my watch. I had to send it back in for warranty. Send her back in for a warranty. Um, David Edwards says, get some Dinty Moore beef stew. That's the only beef stew I will eat is Dinty Moore. I don't like store brand beef stew. But yes, I agree with you. Something Epic says, I might be jumping the gun a little. Good night, y'all. Keep your shiny side up. Keep the wheels rolling. Yeah, I'm fitting to shut her down too. Thanks everybody for coming in. If I don't get to it, Six Embers says, watch out for the drunken Indian drivers. Yeah. Whew, man, they can't stop killing people out here. Henry Duncan's in the house shop fee says, if it says maintenance required, keep cycling and put it in the max heat and it will burn off the buildup. There you go. Lewis Quinn says, who you drive for, brother? I drive for myself. I am an owner operator. I am leased onto a carrier. I don't talk about the carrier though. Just too many people out there try to make trouble on YouTube, so I try not to talk about that. Stanza Transport, what do you think about those trucks that have those eye lights on the windshield? If it don't make me money, I don't really want to buy it. So I think there's one in this parking lot I saw earlier. He's got like some red flashing LED lights that look like eyes on his windshield. I mean, it is what it is. I sure as hell wouldn't drive with it going down the road on, and then at that point, what's it for? Like, um, I mean, I hate to be a simpleton and sound like this, but I do things in life that get me paid and get me laid and possibly get me into heaven. Those are the three things I'm aiming for in life. And you call me simpleton, whatever you want to say. Those are my three goals in life: get paid, get laid, get to heaven. And I don't see how putting LED lights in my windshield gets either one of those for me. So I'm probably not going to put time into it, but more power for those people that do. It is what it is. Lewis says, totally agree. Yeah, my friend. MD Faison says, can I get a chance to work with you without any money? Probably not. If we were going to work together, I'd want you to make money. If I'm in business with someone, I want them to make money, big money, because that's how we stay happy and we be productive. Santa Transport says it's totally gay. Yeah, I don't like a bunch of extra. I'm not about the extra. This is not it. Um, if it ain't benefiting me or my kids, I'm probably not gonna do it. Just what it is. Shannon Thomas Trucking, thanks for coming in. Thanks for gifting the memberships, by the way. RGB, totally agree. Barry Everson says, very good policy. Vote for Cash. Yeah, vote me for king. I don't want to be president. I want to be king. I don't want to have to deal with the Congress and everybody because they're a bunch of D bags, a bunch of D bags in Congress. All of them. Get rid of all of them, I say. I'm out of here, everybody. Thanks for watching. Smash the thumbs up button for me if you could on the way out. Much appreciated. Thanks about becoming I think I just had a stroke. Thanks, everybody, for coming in. Think about becoming a subscriber. That's what I was trying to say. And don't forget to check out the Mudflap link. Pinned comment. Thanks, everybody. Have a great night. Hope you have a productive day tomorrow. Go make a bunch of money.